Into the menu he goes to pull out a feather, then a bomb, then a feather.
But not the bomb. Somebody set up us the bomb. And here's where I realized I took a wrong turn.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
And bats, because every cave needs a bat.
Bat and slime.
So slimes don't have solidity until they... or hitbox.
They don't have a hitbox until they're fully big, yeah.
So I can tell you make good use of that throughout this whole project. Nice job landing on the shark. Didn't quite jump the shark there. You know, I've heard that a few times. What is that supposed to actually mean in a sarcastic manner?
Jumping the shark, the phrase actually originated from Happy Days, the moment where What's-His-Face jumped over a shark. That episode was actually considered the absolute best episode of the show.
Huh. Oh, hi, Luigi!
But yeah, that episode is usually considered the absolute best episode of the show, and the reason the phrase jump the shark came about is because they couldn't quite reach that level of success afterwards.
Huh.
A lot of people actually misuse the phrase, thinking that it means that the show has been going downhill, but it's supposed to refer to the point where it could not top itself anymore.
Ah.
A good example that's usually cited is the Simpsons episode where he's dealing with Frank Grimes. Or rather, where Frank Grimes is dealing with Homer.
Poor mouse.
Yeah.
So the first place I heard the phrase jump the shark, and practically the really only place I can think of off the top of my head, as of now, is, where the Bronies React video for episode 100, because, you know, they jumped the shark in that episode.
Well, the fun thing about the phrase jump the shark is that it's kind of hard to know when you've jumped the shark until after the series is over. With that said, episode 100 is kind of going to be hard to top.
Yeah. Oh, hey, finally. Hey, there's Marin. I don't know how to say this, but...
Marin! I don't know how to say this, Link, but if you finish your quest, I'll turn into a seagull. But only if you never die.
So if you steal and feel bad and try to return, then...
Yeah, if you have any deaths whatsoever, Marin doesn't get her wish.
Huh. Well, hey, at least she lives on.
Yeah. So, hey, you know that piece of heart that we've been seeing for the past few episodes that we couldn't get because it was on the wrong side of a wall?
Seriously?
Seriously. You cannot get it until you have the hook shot.
Oh my gosh.
I would say...
Game!
Yeah, I would say you could use the Flying Rooster as an alternative, but you actually get the hook shot before you get the Flying Rooster.
So, really, hookshot is the best option.
Once you get the hook shot, you can get that pesky piece of heart. There's only one piece of heart left in the game.
And only one heart container as well, so...
Right.
And
we'll see them both this episode. So we get rid of the mini mold worm. Open up all these rocks because I forgot that none of these actually have items under them.
I think I do that all the time when I play Zelda, so don't feel bad.
And now we can finally expand our stock of magic powder.
We use magic powder to get magic powder.
At least I have magic powder. So it doesn't matter if you say no to this guy. Once you're down to one option left, he just repeats the option if you say no.
I see. Now look at all that junk you have to carry.
Gee.
Thanks!
Curse you for giving me more stuff to carry. How dare you do that? Yay, free money.
Right after you complained about that.
Not
And I
really
see a
wall.
bumpable wall.
And we have a like in the way. And there's still a like in the way.
Not for long.
There we go. Now we bomb the wall.
Yeah.
And the reason we get the mirror shield out is because of this.
I see.
That thing has a massive knockback. It's possible to get past it without using the shield. I am not good at getting past it without using the shield.
And you'll still likely get hurt even after you've made it past.
I still got hurt even though I made it past, yes. So here we get this... I almost said shield. Here we get out the sword and the feather because I'm done. A hint house.
I'm not sure if I would be using the sword to extreme degrees or the bombs to extreme degrees if I was playing this.
Either or. And now we wake up the dungeon entrance.
Link is much better at playing that than what was. Okay, it's an alligator.
Like I said, we're waking up the dungeon entrance. You can actually sneak into the dungeon, but you have to do it sooner than I tried.
So you enter the dungeon by fighting a boss.
Mini-boss, but yeah.
Does that mean this has a mini boss in the dungeon or no?
This dungeon is almost nothing but mini-bosses, to be honest.
Ah, it's a boss rush.
It's not just a boss rush, it is a convoluted boss rush. Of course, it's still not nearly as bad as Space Shrine. Of course, then again, I'm actively skipping parts of this dungeon.
Oh boy, that makes me excited to see how long it is, and yeah.
So we start by going left. You can see the cracked wall there.
Oh, there it is.
Swimming in rocks.
I didn't see it before you paused. Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
Is that
That
one
is
way?
That is the gimmick object of this dungeon.
Oh my gosh.
And just from the map, you can see how big this dungeon is.
Looks like a turtle.
It does. This place is actually bigger than the... No, that's not true. It's bigger than Sword and Shield Dungeon, the final dungeon of Oracle of Seasons, but it's not quite as big as Ancient Tomb for Ages. It's still a pretty big dungeon, though. I would hazard a guess and say that this actually has more rooms than the Spirit Temple, and the first mini-boss of the dungeon.
The Spirit Temple is long.
Well, with the Spirit Temple, you spend a lot of time backtracking, though. And it feels...
Yeah.
And you actually deal with twice as many rooms at the Spirit Temple as you would normally, because you have to do it twice. Once as a kid, once as an adult. So for sheer length, Spirit Temple still wins out.
But which dungeon is better, the Spirit Temple or...
Or what?
This
It's-
one?
Spirit Temple, definitely.
Huh.
Because at least in Spirit Temple, you have more things to do than just wander around and find keys. Because that's basically...
The one problem I have with the Spirit Temple is... and I'm sure it's it may be just because I don't know I'm missing something, but even though they technically have a shortcut to the boss room once you reach it, like, you know, in the form of that drop-down thing in the main room that is easy to reach from the from the starting room of the dungeon once you have activated the shortcut.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to... I can't find a way to get back onto that platform. I'm trying to find words here.
I know what you're saying. I don't think I've ever had that issue. Because I think I've always beaten Twin Rover when I get there. I don't think I've ever had to come back to that room.
I'm not saying I didn't beat Trinrova, I'm saying I didn't
You
beat
died
the
to
Iron
Naburu.
Knuckle.
You died to Naburu, I see. That's
Yeah.
okay, most people do. So here we're waiting for the Peahats to get out of the way because there is a completely untelegraphed bombable wall.
Are you serious? How,
Hey,
how
this
would
one-
anyone have guessed that?
This one is actually a shortcut,
And
but it's
Snake.
still completely untelegraphed. That's one of those ones where you have to know about it ahead of time. So we shoot this guy in the eye to generate another key.
No reaction. Just shooting in the eye.
Yep. So now that we have key number 2, we can get over here, where we need to have key number 3. That was me
Wah.
being forgetful.
Wah wah.
Wah, wah, wah. Will you cut that
Oh.
out? So while we're on this side of the dungeon, let's get the last piece of heart.
Yay!
$12 pieces of heart in the game, and I've gotten all 12. Also, that rupee was kind of flying in the air.
Yeah, that's game logic for you.
Well, that's Link's Awakening for you. Also, random teleport portal. And everybody's favorite mini-boss.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
yes. Oh, yes.
I see why you weren't looking forward to this now.
Yeah. Thankfully, this is the one pair of Dodongo snakes that cannot kill you when you're trying to get the item from them.
I can see exactly why, but... Okay, good. Did it.
And now we get key number 3. And we come over here. And we kill these Gibdos. I said we kill these Gibdos.
Yeah, those are a lot scarier in the,
And we
the 3D games.
and we get key number 4.
But nowhere near as scary as Redance.
And if I'd just gone south there, I'd have been right back on the right track.
Instead, you're not.
Yep, instead I go the wrong way, which means I have to burn a key. Of course, it's not in the spot you'd expect.
Given I don't know what to expect, I can't really say anything. Okay, another secret medicine?
Yep. Just in case you lost one dying to those Dodongo snakes before.
But, you...
Yeah, I know. If you come at them from the floor, they can kill you. This is one of those things where I'm doing the dungeon kind of out of order. So yeah, double checking the map because I'm not where I thought I was. As evidenced by bombing a wall that doesn't actually open up. Yeah, I wasn't where I thought I was. Playing with my items real quick. Wait for the traps. And we go north. This is the room I thought was to the south. This is actually right below the Gibdo room. So like I said
Wow.
before, had I just gone south, we'd be right here already. Of course, coming this way, I need to burn an extra key. So it's a good thing I had an extra key.
Lest you be in trouble.
Or else, yeah, I'd have to hunt down another key, and that's not fun. So by coming that way, we completely negated the whole reason for blowing up that one bombable wall at the beginning. Yay!
Good job, Pagoda!
Well, on the plus side, it's not a 25-minute video. And it's not
Yeah.
20 minutes of dungeon either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
forget what I was thinking of Base Shrine at the time because of what happened. Okay, you're fighting a boss.
This one is the actual mini-boss of the dungeon. Kill this guy and you get the portal. This guy is Blano. he is the most aggravating mini-boss in the game. Because if you let him do his wind-up punch, he will blow you back to the beginning of the dungeon. So I hope for your sake...
Okay, that is evil.
Yeah, so I hope for your sake you got that shortcut opened. So now we pop back down here because I'm a dumb and had the crystal switches set wrong.
You know, that bat keeps flying away from you.
Yes, we will be able to deal with him properly here in a moment. Come up the wrong side of this thing, because why not? And a crystal switch. It's too bad I didn't have Mambo's Mambo handy, but I'm not sure if the crystal switch setting actually is preserved across Mambos.
Huh.
So now we finally get to see this room.
Oh boy.
So now we finally get to completely ignore that room.
Ha!
So yay, now we're back where we were. Put our item away.
Treasure!
The magic rod! Now you can burn things. Burn it! Burn, baby, burn! And with this, we can go get both the boss key and reach the boss room.
You know, why don't they ever... Good job.
Yeah, I know, right?
Why don't they... Why... Pagoda, you really, really have special talent when it comes to platformers.
So, as you were saying...
I have completely forgotten what I was saying.
So we come through here, open up this chest, and get a key. So now we have enough keys to complete the dungeon. So of course I go to get another key.
Gotta have completion.
Must find keys.
Must. Yeah.
I'm eventually
yeah! Now I remember what I was saying. Why isn't the magic rod in any of the 3D games?
Because you have fire arrows?
Ah.
Hinox is a pushover with the fire rod.
Jeez! That's just absolute... That was...
The fire rod is the reason why most speedrunners do Turtle Rock before doing Eagle's Tower.
I'm stunned.
Yeah. So we go ahead and grab them fairies, get some more money. All the muns. All of them.
All the money!
It's almost like I don't even need to try anymore. And I don't even have the level 2 sword yet. So here we have a fire. And with the magic rod, we can just completely obliterate it. And we get another key.
I am very curious to see the final boss of this game.
Prepare to be underwhelmed.
That sounds bad.
It's not really bad so much as after having dealt with... After the dungeon that you've... After this dungeon in particular, anything else would be underwhelming. It doesn't help the fact that we're actually looking at it in retrospective.
Ah.
So, here's my question. Did I go for the right staircase first? Looks like I did. So, as you can imagine, we need to melt the ice.
The Goombas don't even stand a chance against fire. That's why Mario always gets a fire flower.
Yep. So we use our one... This is the one mini-boss that's flatly immune to the magic rock, by the way.
Oh dear. It's the Octorok. Ah!
Of course, as usual, you can just stun block him with the power of the rock's feather.
And completely miss?
And completely miss, yes. But this is the other reason why I take the blue team when I can. Because I know it's because I know I'm going to have situations where it's easier for me just to face tank the damage. Also, that was a good jump, yes. We're going to pretend that was a good jump.
Yeah, tanking is like, I can do tanking, but I personally am not a fan of, like, that's not one of my favorite strategies to use.
I almost always play a tank, so I'm used to eating the damage with my face. So now that we've got the Nightmare's key, let's go back to the Nightmare's lair. And it would have been easier just to Mambo my way back, but whatever.
Mambo Jumbo.
So instead of doing the sensible thing and teleporting back, I decide to backtrack. Yay! Yay!
No words.
Well, no one ever accused me of being a speedrunner. And of course we can't get where we're going from this side, so we just completely ignore that room again. Go away, Fire.
And no one accuses you of being a speedrun, and yet you somehow beat me. It's not a fun memory for what happened during that time. For me.
So here's a nice puzzle. Ba-dum-ch.
It took me a moment to actually catch on to that, actually. My gosh.
Yeah, this ends up being timing. And as you can see, my timing is excellent!
It's a good thing you're not limited by magic, though.
Yep, that's true.
If this were linked to the past, that would be a different story.
If this were linked to the past, we wouldn't have these side view sections.
Fair enough point.
And once again, a rune transition resets the text
brilliant
flag.
design, Nintendo. Brilliant design.
You'd think they would have fixed that for DX. So prepare to be underwhelmed. It's a giant floating flame head.
So that's not the final boss, though.
This is not the final boss, but he's still underwhelming. He deals a lot of damage, but it's not a particularly interesting fight. You just stand on the bottom and shoot him.
Crackle, why did
And he has the incredibly inspired name of... I can't remember his name at the moment, so I'm going to put it at the bottom of the screen. But with that, we've got the Thunder Drum.
Thunder Drum, that sounds like something from Okami then.
I believe it's actually a Japanese folklore thing. Because, I
Yeah,
mean, you've got
makes sense
Raiko.
then.
Anyway, thank you all for watching. We will see you next time for the finale. And remember,
Bit.
winners don't lose frogs.
Now where are mine?
Egg. The egg on the mountain calls!